All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And Shalom to you brothers that are laboring and pushing this word in truth and sincerity and with charity. I'm the brother Abraham from the camp here in GMS Chicago, coming to do another quick lesson through the Holy Spirit, Lord willing, and be edified. And what I wanted to just hop into is obviously prophecy. All right, prophecy. We know prophecy is the scriptures are speaking loud and clear, especially when it comes to prophecy. Today, you know, at the end it shall speak. Right, that's what it says in Habakkuk the second chapter. Right, because for so long, the prophecies tarried. It seemed as if it was taking forever, but we operate in the Lord's time, not our time. And in Second Ezra's, it says, I believe it's the fourth chapter, that the Most High does not move nor stir them till the set measure be fulfilled. And what has been fulfilled is the measure of their iniquities, of the iniquities of Esau, Edom, has been fulfilled. Okay, and that is why you see the downfall of their kingdom, this place that was once so great, right? Let's go ahead and go to Revelation 17. This is coming to mind now that I bring it up, and this is just what the Spirit does, man. I didn't really have a topic at all, but once you just start bringing scriptures out, the Spirit is gonna flow and does what it does. So right, this is Revelation 17, and verse 4, it says, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. All right, so who is this woman that John saw in his vision? Is America. He saw this beautiful woman, right, arrayed in purple and scarlet color, which those purple symbolizes royalty, and power, because America was what given the dominion of the earth. All right, this is that um that whore that sitteth upon many waters, or many peoples, right? All right, most importantly, the people of Israel, because that is who is in captivity at the moment, right? Esau, Edom is in rulership, which means what? We are in captivity. But what? Once the measure of the iniquities of this kingdom is full, that means the Most High is gonna take us out of captivity. All right. So continuing on in verse 5, it says, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. So why is this place Mystery Babylon, right? Babylon, the kingdom of Babylon, ancient Babylon, was taken over. Is the ancient Babylonian Empire is irrelevant at the moment. But what it means confusion with mixture. What's the mixture that's in this place? All the mixtures of all the religions. All right, all the abominations. All right, this place, especially in these last days, is pushing the vibration of Sodom and Gomorrah. Very heavy. All right, all this homosexuality, transgenderism, and LGBTQ. All right, to the highest level that it's ever been. Right, and what is America's following the footsteps of what? Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay. So verse 6, it says, "And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushua. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration." All right, so this woman drunken with the blood of the saints, right? Because what we've served under Esau, Edom, and these other nations in our captivity, and what, they didn't have any mercy upon us. They shed the blood of the saints of the Most High. All right, they touched the apple of the Lord's eye. That's Israel, man. All right, and the scriptures, as they say, let's get Exodus 21 and verse 16. "And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death." And what? We were stolen. We were sold. And we are still to this day, found in his hand. All right. And what the Most High said in the book of Nahum, right? He shall not at all quit the wicked. All right. The Most High is not going to let Esau Edom get away innocent, scratch free. All right. He's going to be found guilty. He's going to be found guilty for shedding the blood of the saints of the Most High. All right. And what John wondered greatly at this woman that represented what? America. Verse 7, "And the angel said unto me, Wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carrieth her, which has the 7 heads and 10 horns." Which, well, we know the beast is the Roman Empire. Right? The Roman Empire. And then the 7 horns and 10 heads. NATO, the EU, which what's going on right now with NATO. You're hearing the wars and the rumors of wars between NATO, Russia, Ukraine, America, right? And this is what all this is all leading up to what? The valley of decision and the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is Yahweh's judgment, right? So let's go to Joel 3 and verse 1. It says, "For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem." Right? So in these days, in this time, all right, the Most High is gonna what? Take us out of captivity, southern and northern kingdom. All right. "I will also gather all nations and will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land." And valley of Jehoshaphat, means low land. All right, means Yahweh's judgment. All right, which will happen over there in the so-called, what they call the Middle East. All right. So this is the Most High is doing. When he takes us out of captivity, this is what he's going to do. All right, and you can see all the build-up. Everything's leading up to what? War. World War III. Okay. "And they have casted lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink." All right, that's goes back to our captivity, our slavery. right? And what who had part in this? All the nations had part in this, man. All right, and obviously, the transatlantic slave trade. All right, it goes on to say, verse 4, yeah, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Right, which it goes into the Hamites and the so-called Arabs. Okay, will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly, if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head. Right, because back in the beginnings of the transatlantic slave trade, the Hamites and Ishmael had a big part in our captivity and our downfall and in the slave trade. All right, and what are you gonna do to pay the Lord back, recompense the Lord back? Most High's gonna return that payback upon your own head, man. And all the nations have gotten rich and have profited off the slavery of the Israelites, and all peoples wanted it so. Okay, let's get Psalms 83rd chapter. Psalms 83rd chapter, starting at verse 2, because it makes a important point. It says, "For lo, thine enemies," right? Thine enemies. Whose enemies? The Lord's enemies. "Make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head." Right? And what? The Lord has enemies, Israel has enemies, and these nations hate us. And what? They're lifting their head up against us in a proud manner. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. And they have said, Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Right? And this is what all nations want, right? Because if we don't know who we are, if we don't know who our power is, that cuts off our power source. All right? And with our power source, we have all the power because the Most High is with us. And if the Most High is with us, who can be against us? Okay? And that's why they try to bury this truth, this wisdom, for the longest, man. Alright, this truth had to go a pretty long time without fruit. Alright? Until what? The last days. The last days, the prophets would those dry bones, right, were to be made living. All right, and now we see the fruition of that in real time. Right, look at the fruit that is produced and is continuing to produce, and look at how much is flourishing. All right, and look at all the prophecies coming to pass. All right, so this is all what the tokens, the signs of the times, to let us know that what the Most High is coming back, and He's coming to redeem His people. All right, and with our deliverance and salvation comes what? The destruction of our enemies. Let's go ahead and grab that in Wisdom of Solomon, the 18th chapter. Let's see, what verse was that? This is Wisdom of Solomon 18:7. So of thy people was accepted both the salvation of the righteous and destruction of the enemies. For wherewith thou didst punish our adversaries, by the same thou didst glorify us, whom thou hast called. Alright, and the same thing is about to happen this time. Alright, because what? This is going into the time of Egypt. Alright, and how when we was delivered out of Egypt, what? All the plagues came to Egypt, but none of the plagues to Israel, the Israelites. All right, and now what? The plagues are coming again, and the plagues are gonna pass over Israel. All right, so what? This is gonna be the Exodus 2.0. The Exodus 2.0, but only this time, man. The only difference this time is what? Um, we're gonna be saved out of our captivity, and not only that, but saved out of the bodies of these of death, out of this flesh. All right, that's an important part of our captivity. Is these chains of darkness. Okay, so let's get Zephaniah, the 3rd chapter. And verse 8, it says, "Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy." So what? Our job is to wait upon the Lord. Alright, part of that way is that's the suffering part. Alright, that's the long suffering part. Alright, because we know that through him and his son Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is our salvation and our deliverance. Alright, we know that all these things must come to pass first. Alright, so what? The Most High's determination is to gather the nations, right? To bring them all together. Well, so he could pour upon them his indignation, his righteous anger, his fierce anger. All right, and this is why you see all these nations being assembled together, right? In war, in rumors of wars. This nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. All right, that's going on as we speak in real time, man. So what this is all prophecy. This is what the Lord's doing. The Most High said it will not tarry. Right, that this word shall accomplish that which he pleases, and that which he sent it out to do, and it's doing just that. Okay, this is verse 9 in Zephaniah 3. "For then will I turn to the people of pure language, that they may all call upon the name of the Lord, to serve him with one consent." All right, because Most High's coming back for his people, man. Let me see here. So this is the time where, man, where our captivity is being taken off and being put upon our enemies. Because what? The iniquity, the measure of their iniquities is full already. Okay, Zephaniah 3:19. "Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, and gathereth that was gather her that was driven out, and will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame." All right, so the Most High is gonna what? Undo all that afflict us. Right, he's gonna undo our situation, which is what the curses of Deuteronomy 28 chapter. All right, and give us the blessings that was meant for us to receive. All right, but what? We had to go through all of this first. Okay. Verse 20, "At that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I will gather you For I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith the Lord. All right. Our captivity is being turned back. We wasn't meant to be in this state forever, man. All right. Now we've never been closer to that. All right. Every single day that goes by, it's just one day closer and one day less. One day less. All right. And what these, man, America just keeps waxing worse and worse. Erring in every work thereof, man. And it's all the Lord's doing. Okay. Let's see, there's more precepts on this. Alright, we gotta read Deuteronomy 30. Right, Deuteronomy 30 and 1. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all nations where the Lord thy God has driven thee. So what? It shall come to pass when these things will happen to us, the blessing and the curse, right? So we were to go through the curses, right? And then the Most High will deliver us out of our situation, out of our captivity, out of the hand of our oppressors, right? Because the Most High, will not forget his people. He will always remember his covenant that he made with us, okay? This is verse 2. And thou shalt return unto the Lord thy God, and shalt obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children with all thine heart and with all thy soul. That then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all nations, whither the Lord thy God has scattered thee. Right? Because we were scattered among all people, nations, tongues. That's why in Revelation 7, that innumerable multitude that he could not, John could number, was what? All these Israelites that were scattered among these places. That's why they looked like the other nations. All right. Verse 4. If any of thine be driven out unto the utmost parts of heaven, from thence will the Lord thy God gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. And the Lord thy God will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers. So what, we're gonna return to our homeland. All right, we're going home. We're on our way home, man. Right. What's that? Psalms 1. Psalms 137 and 1. By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down, yeah, we wept when we remembered Zion. We hanged our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof, for there they that carried us away captive required of us a song, and they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion. How shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? And we are in a strange land, man. All right. We're in our captivity. We're in slavery. All right. But what? We're not meant to be here forever. All right. We're going back into our land, which our fathers possessed. That's where the Most High is going to put us back again. And the Lord thy God will circumcise thine heart and the heart of thy seed to love the Lord thy God with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. All right, and the fulfillment and completion of the second covenant is what we will have the law, statutes, and commandments written in our inward parts. Okay, and then we will be perfected. All right, the mortal shall put on the immortal, and this corruption shall put on incorruption. Verse 7, and the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. And this is what we see happening, right? The downfall of our enemies. All right, the curses beginning to fall upon them, and the curses beginning to come off of us. Okay? And call out Bashim Shai for that, man. Because now is our salvation nearer than we believed. And blessed are our eyes, for we see, and our ears, for they hear. Alright? We're seeing the downfall of our enemy, which is one of the most beautiful things to see, as it says in Sirach, the 25th chapter. Okay? So, Lord willing, you were edified by this lesson, Lord. I'm going to go ahead and close out by giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Until next time, Shalom.